Hello, I'm Dr. Deborah Braboy with Anchored Hope Counseling. Welcome to our YouTube program, Hope Talks. We have some great content provided by our amazing counselors, and we hope that you find it helpful. Hi, I'm Dr. Deborah Braboy. I am here today with Jason Amerson. We are both licensed professional counselors here at Anchored Hope Counseling. And we're going to talk a little bit today with Jason about life with cancer, living with cancer diagnosis and going through chemo and treatment for it. So I know that's been your personal journey of late. So I don't want you to share anything you're not comfortable with. But
I'm pretty open book. We'll be all right.
I kind of thought you might be.
Yeah.
So what would you like to share with us? Just kind of a little bit about your journey and then what it's kind of been like.
I will say the biggest thing for me that I didn't realize until this happened was how much of a roller coaster it can be. The up and down. I was diagnosed, it's actually been about a year, last June, with testicular cancer. And I had surgery, and that was a whirlwind because that's something else I didn't realize. It's like there was no time to get worried. I went to my doctor, and the next week he said, I'm gonna schedule you with a specialist. So I went to a urologist. I met with him on a Tuesday, and he said, okay, I need you here at the hospital tomorrow morning for surgery. So I had to call up here to the office and be like, cancel all my appointments. And everybody's like, what? What's going on?
Yes.
I was like, I have to have surgery tomorrow. And so I didn't really have time to worry or be concerned. And then of course the biopsy, not biopsy, but the results came back that it definitely was, cancerous. And but at that time, they thought they got it all with surgery. And I thought, okay, I'm good. And I
We were hoping.
Yes, we were hoping.
Right.
So I went 6 months after that. They scheduled me for a CT scan every 3 months. And this is part of that roller coaster ride. I went for the first one, no cancer, we're fine. And I was like, okay, I dodged a bullet. All I had to do is have surgery, recover for that, and I'm good. And then I went for my next one, and they send the results through an app. I love the technology and it's nice, but this is where it was kind of a detriment because when I got my results, it was like a week before my doctor's appointment, my oncology appointment. And I noticed that it said some things that were different than my first scan 3 months prior to that.
That said everything was all good.
And this was, it was using big words like metastasized. And I was like, uh-oh.
Oh, the big ugly words.
Yeah, the big ugly words. And so then immediately it's all that worry of like, okay, and it said lymph node, which you immediately start going like, oh no, is that gonna spread all over my body? Like, am I gonna go to the doctor and he's gonna tell me I got 6 months to live? Like, how bad is this?
Right.
And you just kind of have to sit there and wait and not know. So it went from, oh no, to, okay, I'm good, to, oh no again. And it's that emotional roller coaster of it that I didn't really realize how much people went through that were dealing with a chronic illness like that. So
well, and I remember too, you were like, I'm going to give myself tonight to not think positive thoughts, and then tomorrow I'm going to wake up and tackle this.
Yes, I'm glad you said that because I actually forgot about that. I did.
Yeah.
I went home after I had a doctor's appointment. I was fine until then, and then he told me like we got to do chemo. And it's the prescription for the type of cancer you have is a pretty intense.
Pretty aggressive.
Yeah, he's like, you're gonna lose all your hair, you're gonna be sick, you're gonna have to go through all this stuff. And so I do remember that now. I said, I'm gonna give myself the rest of the day. I think I had appointments scheduled that day and I was like, I need some personal time. And I think I told somebody I went and got a tub of ice cream and went home. And just sat and sulked and had a really bad attitude.
A little pity party.
A little pity party.
It's okay.
But I told myself I'm not gonna stay here.
Right.
Like we're gonna have a little time to be sad.
Right.
And then we're gonna get up the next morning determined like I'm ready to fight this.
Right.
And be encouraged because I'm not gonna just roll over and woe is me and let this take whatever time I do it, even if it is bad news.
Right.
And so yeah, that was and I had forgotten about that. That was a good thing. That was such a therapist thing to do, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah. You gave yourself permission to feel whatever you felt.
Feel what I was feeling at the moment,
Yeah.
but then I'm going to be determined we're going to fight.
Yeah.
And so I did, it was supposed to be 9 weeks. It turned into 11 because I got so sick at the end that they had to postpone some treatments. But it was about 11 weeks worth of chemo.
And that was a roller coaster.
That was a roller coaster.
As well.
Because it's not like you're just sick all the time.
Right.
But it would come and go, and sometimes at the most inopportune moments, like you'd feel really good one day, and I'd come in the office and like, I saw all my clients today and I feel really good. And then the next day I'd be like, I don't think I can move today. And it was just another roller coaster like that physically this time.
And it's hard because you can't plan when you have that. It's like you tried. You know, I think next week it won't be so bad. I'm only just going to have a Monday treatment. But then it had you wiped out for that whole week, and that had to have been discouraging.
It was, it was at times. I tried not to let it show to other people because I have an attitude like I definitely don't. I love encouraging people, and that's why I'm in this career, is to help people, and I don't want to bring other people down.
Right.
And so, but I would be lying if I didn't say I didn't have moments laying on my couch at home, sick, just going, you know, another pity party, like, whoa, why am I having to go through this?
Well, and your sweet mama.
Yes.
I think part of the burden for you was just worrying about her, worrying for you.
Because she was and still is.
Yeah.
So, she came in and helped. And I did have a really good support system. I've got a great work family. I've got great friends who checked on me. I had people just sending me stuff. Blankets, and even through the mail, friends I've had from high school that live far off, you know, that were sending me notes of encouragement, and like handwritten letters. Nobody does that anymore.
No.
You know, it wasn't an email. I had people handwriting me stuff, and that was really, really special to me. It means a lot. So if you know somebody who's going through something, and sometimes we're afraid we don't know what to say, just that simple, like, hey, I just want you to know you're on my mind. That helped me a whole lot.
Well, we got you that gift basket. Did you ever wear your beanie with your beard attached?
I did.
Because you were worried about losing that beard more than the hair.
I wore it to treatment a couple of times, and everybody there got a kick out of it. That's another thing I wanted to touch on, is I had this envisioned of like, I'm going to go to, you know, it's a big room with, if you've never experienced going with somebody who has taken chemo or had that experience, there's all these recliners, and there's like 20 people in there, and we're all hooked up to these IV bags. And I just thought, this is going to be the most miserable place on earth. Everybody's going to be destitute. And there's so much joy in that place. Aww. Like, we're all just talking to each other. It's kind of like, what are you in for? You know? Like, what kind of cancer do you have? How many treatments you got to take? How you been doing? Are you feeling okay? Oh yeah, it's rough for me too. But we all encouraged each other. I met some really incredible people, you know, just from taking treatments. And so that was really encouraging too. It was like, hey, if everybody else can have a smile on their face, and there are people there that had it a lot worse than me, that had bad news of like, really all we can do is prolong this, you know, this is terminal. And so it really helped me to go like, I have a pretty good chance of whipping this. I can keep a smile on my face. You know? So.
Well, it helps that you've got a great sense of humor.
That's how I cope with things.
But I just want to know, you know, I know Sweet Mama. That's just what I call her.
Sweet Mama.
And she was here a lot to help. And just knowing how she was burdened, how did that impact you? Did it make it easier for you or harder for you?
There were times where it was both.
Right.
It was.
I could imagine.
It was easier when I was really down and needed help. I won't go into gross details, but when you're very, very sick, things get messy. and she really helped me, and then you don't feel like cleaning up because you're sick, right? And so she was there just to help with whatever I needed so many times, and I was so appreciative. But then I knew that a lot of it, she was just having so much anxiety. My house has never been cleaner. She was just running around doing things. That's how she copes. And so when I would see her, you know, I knew it was a lot of anxiety and worry about me. And I'm only child.
You're mama's boy.
So it worries her a lot, every little thing. So this has been a big one, but she did good overall.
So was faith a part of the healing process for you?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely. I think faith in the idea that I'm not in control anyway. There's like some peace that comes from that of like, you know, who am I to say? I've heard lots of people say this. It's kind of cliche, but it's true. That whole like, why me? Was like, well, why not me? You know, I'm not in control, and there's either going to be a really good story come out of this, and another way that I can help people and relate to people who are going through hard things, and or, you know, this is just how it's supposed to be. And
it's a great perspective.
Accepting what you can't change.
Yeah.
You know, and faith really helped me with that aspect of it.
Gotcha.
Of like, the control is not with me. I don't get to decide what happens to me every day. We like to be in control as much as possible and think we're in control, but in the grand scheme, we're really not.
Well, one thing you've said a few times is you were really kind of glad that you had cancer and a pandemic at the same time, get them knocked out together. So I thought that was really too another great perspective and kind of, you know, way to look at it.
Yeah, if we're gonna go through hard stuff, let's just get it all done at once.
Together. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing your story, and I think it'll be really a big help to other people who may be going through trying times too. Just seeing your sense of humor, but also just knowing to rely on friends and family and loved ones, work families, and just letting yourself like be wherever you're at, whenever you're there, you know, and not shaming yourself for that. And so thank you for being vulnerable and
you're welcome.
authentic and genuine and all of that. So thank you for sharing this time with us, and we appreciate you being here, and we'll look for you in some other Hope Talks. Have a great day. Thank you for watching Hope Talks. We hope this information was beneficial for you. Please be sure to check out our other videos, and if you would please like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, we would really appreciate it. Thanks so much and have a blessed day.